Hello everyone. Welcome to English 2001, Section 103, offered in the first summer session of 2015 and taught 100% online. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Dr. Kim Gunter. I received my PhD in Rhetoric and Composition from the University of Illinois in 2001. I've taught at Appalachian State University since the fall of 2008, and I came to Boone to direct the Rhetoric and Composition program, which is located in the Department of English. I later also became an assistant chair of the Department of English. My research interests are varied, but as of late they've focused on academic writing and translingual rhetorics, and in part to explore my research in the latter. Later this year I'll be traveling to Budapest, Hungary to study at the Center for Academic Writing at Central European University. I want to tell you a little bit about English 2001. You'll note there that the prefix of this course will change. It will be R_C 2001 beginning in fall of 2015. The curriculum of the class won't change, just that prefix. You'll see displayed on this slide the description of the course that's located in the undergraduate course catalog. As this description notes, English 2001 is entitled Introduction to Writing Across the Curriculum. It is your general education second year writing course. As you know, here at Appalachian we have a 4-year vertical writing model where you take a writing course every year of your undergraduate careers. The first 2 of those courses are offered in the Rhetoric and Composition program, and 2001 fulfills your second year writing requirement. The course, as the description says, will ask you to study writing as it changes across the curriculum. In part, I'll ask you to look at the different genres that are in various academic communities. We'll read a variety of academic texts, and we'll read those rhetorically, and we'll analyze the writing conventions of various academic communities. Some of you may decide that you want to approach this course primarily by looking at the discourse that's in the writing in your major. You don't have to do that. It's not a requirement, but you may decide that you want to. The prerequisites for the class are 30 total semester hours, and that should include your English 1000 course and your University College 1200 or first year seminar class. We'll have 3 major projects in this class. The first will be an annotated bibliography. The second will be a rhetorical analysis. And the third will be a large multimodal, multi-genre project. You may have done annotated bibliographies in previous classes or completed rhetorical analyses in previous classes, but I believe these assignments will be somewhat different because in our class, all of our assignments will take a disciplinary lens and a rhetorical lens. Let me introduce you just very quickly to our As You Learn site for our course. When you log into our As You Learn site, you'll see the middle block looks like the one displayed here. You'll also see that the first item in this middle block is our course syllabus. Go ahead and click on that link, and this is what will come up. You want to make sure that you read through the syllabus very carefully. Pay special attention to the course description, to the course goals and outcomes, and those are general education course goals and outcomes that every section of Rhetoric and Composition or English 2001 has to meet regardless of who the instructor is. You'll also see that 50% of your grade is decided by a series of assignments that are all gathered together under the umbrella of participation, online engagement, and weekly graded assignments. So everything from our discussion forums to your peer review of one another's writing to your draft uploads to your conferences with me, all of those grades together account for 50% of your final course grade. The second 50% you receive from the grade you get on your portfolio. Also pay special attention to how the grades are calculated for our class and the additional course policies, especially the email and as you learn policy and the late work policy. You'll also find that there are a number of digital resources that I have put links to in this first block on our As You Learn page. For instance, the news forum link is there. This is the forum that you should check daily, and it's the forum where you'll receive announcements directly from me. There's also a question and answer forum, and that's a forum where you should ask all of your questions except for personal ones. For instance, if you're sick, that's something you could email me about. But anything in the course that has to do with assignments, with due dates, with readings, you ask all those questions there in the question and answer forum, and all of you in the class should also answer the questions that are posted there. That way your questions will get answered the most quickly that's possible. Check out the link also for help with As You Learn and online learning. If you should ever have any problems with our As You Learn site, that's where you'll go to get help. Also take note of the Appalachian State University resources for help with your writing. And finally, make sure you read the rubric for evaluating participation in As You Learn coffee shops and discussion forums. You should read that very soon because you'll have some of those coffee shops and discussion forums this week and you'll be getting graded for them. So this rubric shows you exactly what my expectations are. You'll note that underneath that top block on our As You Learn page are a series of weekly blocks. If you click on each one of these, they open up to reveal all of the assignments and readings and activities for that week. So for instance, this is what week 1 looks like. I think it's a good idea to always check out the links 2 or 3 days in advance, just to make sure all of your links are working. But regardless, the first thing you should read in every weekly block is labeled, maybe obviously, read this first. It includes our week 1 learning objectives. You'll also note that these blocks are divided by days. The time and the due date for all assignments are listed, and underneath them are all the materials you need to complete those assignments. You'll see that our assignments are broken down, or at least these links are broken down into types. For instance, there are pages. You can see the little icon beside guidelines for online discussion. That signifies a web page, so you can check that out. Some of our readings are in that form. Where you have these little 2 dialog boxes, those are discussion forums. So there's the coffee shop, and you see a discussion forum down on Tuesday, May 26th. You can also see that there will be major assignment pages that are listed there. There'll also be documents that you should read. This one you'll see is in a Word file. Some of the others, as you see here, are PDFs. And finally, you'll see drop boxes. For instance, here I ask you to post an assignment where you do some exercises that will help you to narrow your focus in selecting one single writing topic for the entire semester. Beginning for week 1 then, the first thing I think you should do, read that syllabus very closely, look at the links for help with As You Learn and online learning. Go ahead and check out those links for help with your writing here at Appalachian State. And make sure you read the rubric for evaluating participation in the coffee shops and discussion forums. Then go ahead, Click on all the links for the first 2 or 3 days of the class. Make sure those are working. Things to keep in mind as you read through this. Try not to be overwhelmed by everything you might see on our As You Learn course site. The class is recursive, so for instance, with good planning, your work and research from one assignment can transfer directly to the next. Also, you always have lots of assistance available to you. There's the University Writing Center. If you're in town in Boone, you can walk in and have a face-to-face session with the writing consultants there, but they also do online appointments. You'll also have your classmates, especially using the question and answer forum, and you and I will be meeting 3 times for one-on-one conferences, not face-to-face but online this summer. One piece of advice I would give you is to make sure you practice really good study habits. Don't procrastinate. Any writing course that's compressed into 5 weeks is really challenging. But when that writing course is online, it's even more challenging, and you just can't afford to get behind. Stay up with the daily calendars and even work ahead when it's possible. I'll also check in with you frequently via the news forum. I may offer additional podcasts if I sense that folks are having trouble with a particular course concept, for instance. Also, throughout this course, always keep in your mind how this class is going to transfer to your other classes. How can you develop the writing skills and the rhetorical competencies that this course asks you to, and then transfer those to your other courses that require writing so that you succeed there as well. I'm excited to work with you this semester, so let's get started.